Remember when Angela Simmons' whole thing was that she was like a virgin at 25 or 28 or whatever, and now it's just this like corny display of like this just doesn't seem like her. Like
Hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. Happy 4th of July. Now, would Angela Simmons wore a Pow Pow purse to the Met Gala, which is a very highly anticipated event every year, I believe in January. It happens every year in January. But if she was invited to the Met Gala, do you think she would have worn this purse to the Met Gala? No, I don't believe so. Although they say that all press is good press, but this press is not for Angela. I don't believe so.
So Angela Simmons is now apologizing for bringing her Pew Pew purse to the BET Awards. And not just apologizing for bringing it, but for actively pointing it at people in the audience. She posted to her Instagram story and said, "I want to address the recent incident involving the green purse I carried at the BET Awards. When I chose the purse, I believed it was cute and unique, and I made a poor decision in using it as an accessory to amplify my beauty. I deeply regret that this item, which symbolizes a pew-pew, was inappropriate and insensitive, especially given my personal and community experiences with pew-pew violence." Which I'm glad she addressed that, because a lot of people were confused as to why she would make that decision, consider her baby daddy was taken away from her due to pew-pew violence. Then went on to say, "I understand the pain and hurt this has caused, especially to those who have been and directly impacted by pew-pew violence. For my entire life, I have always exemplified peace, unification, and the resolution of pew-pew violence in America. I personally lost my partner, the father of my child, to pew-pew violence, and I have witnessed its devastating impact on my community in the Southeast Queens. I work with Erica Ford, a leading pew-pew violence activist, and my own organization that creates programs to reduce pew-pew violence and help those directly impacted by the epidemic. I've always been about making peace a lifestyle. Pew-pew violence is a disease that has taken too many lives, particularly among young people and Black men. By carrying this purse, I did not intend to promote pew-pew violence in any way. It's a mistake that does not define who I am or my commitment to ending pew-pew violence. To anyone who has hurt or offended by my actions, I offer my deepest apologies. Moving forward, I will continue my dedication to making peace a reality for millions of children and families across America who, like mine, have been directly impacted by pew-pew violence. I ask for your understanding and forgiveness and hope you can accept my apology. While this incident was a misstep, I will not allow it to define my moral compass or my commitment to promoting peace and ending pew-pew violence. Thank you for your continued support in this crucial mission."
Go back. Remember how back in the days when she was in the Ron's house, which is a show with her father, and he's a reverend? She basically made her whole personality being someone who was a virgin. And then comes to find out she basically got pregnant because
You didn't use a condom.
What? Running down what? Nothing. You got pregnant on the first try? I ain't saying that don't exist. But telling to pull out. If you don't want no baby, or use a condom.
Thank you.
You ain't even use a
Will you stop right now? Will you stop?
and Angela basically tried to gaslight us into thinking that she was still a virgin the whole time sis was in the streets. She was in the streets, and not only in the streets, but she was in the streets with the street boys, right? So she became pregnant out of nowhere, and everybody was shocked. Like, we thought you were a virgin, right? But that wasn't true. So after that became her personality, she went from being a virgin to being with a thug. And I will explain that in a minute. So being with a thug, it's always the pastor's children. It's always the pastor's daughter, right? Even in Haitian community, it's like a thing. The pastor's daughter will, they're so sheltered that when they go out there, they do the extreme. There's like no in between with those kids. Anyways, so she started dating this man who was basically taking out of this world before his son was even, I believe, 1 year old. Like, he was taken out by Pow Pow violence because he was in the streets, because that's what she likes, right? So, okay, fast forward. Now she is dating Yo Gotti, which is a bald man with no neck. He looks like he's always struggling to breathe. I'm not sure why, but he looked to me like he struggles to breathe. But anyways, he pursued her. He even put her in his music video. his music, I want another Angela Simmons, dun, 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 Angela Simmons, but she did not want to give this man a chance, right? Because she probably saw the money and said, or you're not good enough for me, right? So then finally she gave him a chance. I'm not sure what he said or what he did, but she gave him a chance. And I love that for her. She was standing on 10 toes down. She did not want to give this man a chance until she finally did. But now, this man's brother, Yo Gotti's brother, was basically taken out allegedly while coming out of a funeral. He was pow down at the funeral. So what I'm hearing in the street is that Yo Gotti is basically walking around these streets with a bulletproof vest on, allegedly. Bulletproof vest on ever since his brother was taken out of this world by a pow. Okay, so hold on to that. So now you went to the BT Award, Angela Simmons, wearing this beautiful gown, beautiful money green gown, and you're carrying a money green pow purse, which I get it. I get you're making a statement, like a fashion statement, which is good. It's good to think outside of the box and be creative. I think it would have been okay if anybody else, hell, if Sukiana or Sexy Red did it, it would have been just fine because that's just part of their aesthetics. You know what I mean? That's part of their aesthetics, so it's okay. But for you, Angela Simmons, to do this, girl, it's bad. So my thing is, you wear this beautiful dress and you're carrying this pow purse, and you're pointing it at people while they're taking your picture, because now they're making a fool out of you, saying, oh, let me see your purse, let me see your purse. And you're pointing it out, when you're pointing it out and, you're showing it and everything, which you're making the gesture of the real thing. So standing next to your man who is wearing a bulletproof vest and you're holding that, and clearly you don't have a bulletproof gown on because your gown was kind of sort of see-through the way it was designed. It was supposed to give the illusion of like a see-through, dripping in green diamonds, stuff like that. So you're wearing this gown and he's wearing a bulletproof vest, and then you're on Instagram posting with a hot Cheetos bag in front of your crotch, holding your feet up in the air. What is going on? Are we looking for a new personality? Are we looking for a new personality? And then you went and made a video saying that you don't care what the haters think. This is you expressing your creativity, which is amazing. Express away, create, express, right? But then you backpedal, pussy pop, and start to apologize. So why are you apologizing if you stood 10 toes down on what you said and what you did? You should not have apologized, because any press is good press. So therefore you were going for that press and you got that. But because the people did not take it like you were trying to present it to them, and now you're apologizing. Why are you apologizing? You should stand down 10 toes down on what you did and what you wanted to present. You should have stand 10 toes down. I don't think you should have apologized. That's my take on it. I think it was very distasteful, especially for someone like yourself, but apologizing, because now it looks like you were doing it for attention, and the attention that you were expecting you did not get, so therefore you apologize. Ma'am, have several seats. Anyway, so that's my take on this whole Angela Simmons. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.
I was numb. I went through a lot with it. My son always asks about him, so then there's that constant conversation that I have to deal with. I am very grateful for the life coaches and therapists I've had that really helped me, my family, my friends. No one has a child with someone and thinks, I'm gonna do this by myself, by choice. He asks, he'll be like, so.
He's 6 years old.
Six, he's like, are we gonna ever get married? Is someone gonna marry us? Or he'll ask stuff like that. He's like, Mom, and this was a touching conversation because he told me, I know my dad is in heaven and I'm gonna always have two dads, because I know my dad will be my dad, but Mommy, when can we have someone? When will somebody be there for us? Since I posted it, I figured I'd talk about it. My son and I were sitting outside and doing our regular stuff. We're about to play baseball. I was gonna throw some balls with him, and he tells me he had a dream. So I said, well, what was your dream? I'm thinking I'm not sure what it is. He says,
had a dad. And I woke up and it wasn't true. And I was like, okay. And he was like, why can't my father come back? And for me, it's like, that's a really hard question to answer for a 5-year-old. You know, like, it's, you know, it's something you can never honestly prepare for. And as they get older, you know, they begin to realize what's missing, right? So now we're at this age and he's recognizing, obviously, kids with their father. And so we go on and we continue to talk, and he goes, well, when, you know, is God going to send us someone that we can marry? Like, I know my dad is in heaven, but when can we have someone here? And I'm like, you know, I don't know, but we want him to be a great guy, Shay, and so we just have to be patient. And, you know, I actually see the hurt in him now. And I'm sharing this because I know I'm not the only mother that has to go through this, that has to walk their child through this. This is really different, and it's different daily. And it's something that I always deal with, and, you know, we're strong and we can pray and we can do everything, but these are wounds that you can't heal in your child. Like, this is a void that I can't give it to him. You know, like, I can only provide and be the best mom. But anyway, all that to say is, if you two are like me or going through anything like this, just stay strong. If you two are like me and you're going, full transparency, I know I'm